it's Miss Meredith from the Ben Main Library. Today I'm going to read you a Christmas story. It's called "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" by Clement Clarke Moore. 'Twas the night Santa Claus is coming to town. Please be quieter, Wiley. I'm trying to read a story to everyone.
How can you be so calm? It's only 14 more days until Christmas.
If you could settle down a little, I think you'd like this story. It's all about Santa Claus.
Oh boy, Santa Claus! Would you read it to me, please?
Yes, if you stop jumping around then. Okay. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
Why weren't they stirring their hot chocolate? If you don't keep mixing your cocoa and getting up to sludge at the bottom of the mug.
They weren't drinking hot chocolate, they were sleeping.
I would drink hot chocolate and sleep.
But if you don't sleep, Santa can't come.
Oh, that's right.
The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads.
Let's boogie!
Stop, Wiley. I can't read while you're hopping around.
Oh, sorry. Guess I got a little curious.
It's okay. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter.
I bet I know what happened. I bet raccoons knocked over their garbage cans.
No, Wiley, raccoons did not knock over the garbage cans.
Then it must have been some dogs. What a mess, Pete!
Wiley, nobody knocked over any garbage cans.
Then what made all the noise?
I'll tell you if you stop making noise, okay?
Oh.
Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash.
No wonder you threw up. You should have known you'd get sick if you ate a scarf.
I did not eat a scarf. The sash is part of the window. I was just telling you that I opened the window.
Why didn't you just say, I opened the window?
Because that doesn't rhyme. It's not poetic.
Well, la-dee-da, excuse me.
When what to my wandering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick.
Rats! I thought it was going to be Santa Claus. You said this story was about Santa Claus.
It is about Santa Claus.
Make up your mind. Now you're telling me it is Santa Claus. First you said it was somebody named St. Nick.
Well, St. Nick is Santa Claus.
Huh?
He has 2 names, Wiley. Some people call him St. Nick. Some people call him Santa Claus.
That's confusing. I'm glad I only have one name. Everybody's calling me plain Wiley.
So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too.
St. Nicholas makes 3 names. Does he have trouble knowing who he is?
Not as much trouble as I have keeping you quiet. And then in the twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof.
Careful up there, don't fall.
As I drew my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound.
What a crummy present. Who wants a bound for Christmas?
Bound isn't something that Santa's giving away. It's a way of saying that Santa jumped down the chimney.
Then why don't you just say Santa jumped down the chimney?
Because that doesn't rhyme.
Oh, that's right. It's not poetic.
Wiley, please be quiet. Let me read. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot.
I'll bet his mama got mad at him for getting dirty.
I'm getting mad at you for interrupting. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack.
Santa Claus was riding his bicycle around the Christmas tree?
No,
But you said he was pedaling.
I said he looked like a peddler. A peddler is someone who carries around what he sells.
Oh.
The stump of the pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke had encircled his head like a wreath.
Doesn't Santa know that smoking is bad for him?
I don't know.
I better tell him I don't want Santa to get sick.
Neither do I, but tell him after the story, okay? He spoke not a word, unlike some people I know, but went to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk.
Miss Meredith, it's not right to call people names.
I know that.
Then why did you call Santa a jerk?
I didn't call Santa a jerk. I said he turned with a jerk.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I thought you said like a jerk.
And laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod up the chimney, he rose.
How did you do that?
Because Santa is magic.
Wow.
He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Well?
Well, what?
What happened next?
Nothing, Wiley. That was the end of the story.
Then read it again. I liked it.
No, Wiley. I don't think I could go through that again.
Then, can I please check out that book?
Sure, I'll check it out to you.
Oh, thank you, Miss Meredith. Before we go, though, there's something we ought to do.
What's that?
See those people watching?
Yes?
Don't you think they look like they're the wrong on my list?
Sure, they were great listeners.
Then let's listen to what Santa said in the story.
Okay. Ready, set, go.
Merry
Christmas!